Hey guys, Chelsea here at A Nourished Life. We are in Kauai now. Took a little side trip, unplanned totally, for Christmas. So we're off the farm that we were originally supposed to stay at for a few more weeks. Reason being, it didn't end up being the best situation for us. We thought we were going to be able to eat more food and have access to cleaning our laundry a little bit better. It was super, super rustic, which is cool for a little bit of time, but for over a week to be that isolated and have no power or really means to the outside world, it's cool to a sense, but driving into town like a half hour was a pain in the neck. Charging things we had to do in the car. You spend a lot of time in the day just like prepping things and thinking about things. Not being able to prep food. Neither of the cabins we ended up staying in, and we got moved twice. So that was stressful. And then it went from having a little mini kitchen set up to no kitchen set up in the second one. And the community kitchen on this farm was absolutely dilapidated and rusted. Not a place to really be prepping food. Really cool property owner. She's a little bit older, and I think it's just a lot of things have gotten away from her. And there is a group of people living on the farm that are great people. There's just not a ton getting done on a farm of that size. So I think it's a little bit, it needs to be kind of refurbished as a whole property from where it's at right now. So it just wasn't something, we were doing more housekeeping and we wanted to really be farming while we were on the farm and eating off the farm and being able to cook on the farm. That was like the whole point. Not being able to do that really dampened things for us because that's why we came to Big Island. So we did a lot of exploring on Big Island in the week that we were there. We do a few hours of work. I do some marketing stuff for the farm and the organic products because it was a certified organic farm. But not being able to prep food, like fresh food, was really hard for me. I'm not used to that. I'm used to being able to pick what I want to eat, prep it fresh, eat it. We ended up eating out a ton more than we wanted to, most of which we ate out in Hilo quite a bit and Pahoa downtown. And there are some pretty good choices there, but it just stunk to be eating out and having to look for food. It wasn't something I expected being on a farm. So I ended up finding this opportunity here in Kauai. It's only for 2 weeks, so we'll probably be going back to Big Island. But I keep reflecting back on not being able to prep the food. And, when I'd go to the farmer's market or walk by the farmer's market, I'd be like, oh my gosh, there's fresh food everywhere. And I had a million things, a million thoughts, a million smoothies I wanted to make. And I just couldn't do it. So that made things pretty hard for me. Being able to prep food for those of you who do prep a lot of your own food, I'm sure you can relate to this. Prepping your own food, knowing how it's prepped, putting the love into it, that's all a part of my lifestyle and the lifestyle I project to others. And it makes me feel good. So I hope that you will think about that a little bit more, prepping your food, putting time into your food, putting love into your food. And you might not be a food prepper or love prepping food for yourself, but you kind of learn to love it. Even my husband Billy's been one of those people who he just, he knows how good it makes him feel, and you create a connection with that food. And it's pretty awesome. And that makes it hard to eat out all the time. So that is my sharing for today. I'll be sure to share some glorious pictures of food, either that I've prepped or that I've found here on Kauai over the next 2 weeks. And be sure to check out anourishedlife.com. There's more information about me on there. I'm regularly posting blog posts. I actually have a ton of topics that I've come up with to write about, that I've wanted to write about. So be sure to check that out. And I'm also on Instagram at A Nourished Life 1 and Facebook at A Nourished Life. Thanks for following, guys.